Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you for having me to the interview today.
No worries at all.
Appreciate it.
I'm Cassie.
And I'm
Cassie.
James Piffle.
Hi
Nice to meet you.
James.
Nice to meet you.
both.
So how are you?
Good,
Yeah?
good. Yeah, a bit nervous actually, but yeah, good.
Yeah?
Good. Yeah.
That's understandable. Everyone's nervous when they come to an interview and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
listen, we've got some formalities that we'd like to go through and ask.
Sure.
And you'll see here that Cassie and myself scratch some notes down and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Just so we can get an indication of and memorise on what was actually discussed during the interview. So
Yeah.
quickly frame it up.
Okay.
We've got 45 minutes to an hour that we'll sit down and discuss the opportunity with you with.
Yep.
Interview process, we want to make it as informal as possible,
Okay.
to make you as comfortable as possible, so
Yep.
we get, I suppose, your best on the day as well.
Okay.
Quick introduction from Plan Group. So
Yep.
my name's James, I'm a construction manager. I work across Geelong and Ballarat. And this is Cassie.
And I'm the administration assistant.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Awesome.
So do you know much about Plan Group at all?
Well, I looked at your website and I see that you're pretty big, and that you're across Melbourne, Ballarat, and Geelong, and you've done some really big projects. I was really impressed with all the photos and everything. I think there's some sort of a lot of commercial projects, some like residential projects, but yeah, I've had a bit of a look.
Yeah, okay.
Amazing.
It's good. So, quick summary is the business is around 10 years old. It was established by 3 guys in Melbourne.
Oh,
And it's sort of grown from a smaller business that was in Melbourne out to the Geelong region. We had some
Right.
repeat clients out there we did some work for, and then in
Yeah.
turn, opportunities arose in Ballarat, so we've actually opened a branch in Ballarat as well. So there's lots of opportunities about the business, and I know from an employee's perspective, it's a great place to work from my eyes as well. So
Excellent.
we'll start with the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah? So tell us a little bit about yourself and your experiences and why we're here today.
Yeah, right. I finished year 12 last year, and I've just been like looking around to see what to do from that time. I've been doing a bit of research around the kind of work that you're doing, just because I did a VCAL, senior VCAL, and I did a structured workplace learning as part of my pre-apprenticeship certificate 2 in building and construction. So I've got a bit of an idea, and yeah, that's why I was really keen to maybe like do some formal training to take it beyond what I've done at school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy VCAL?
I did, yeah,
Yeah?
I did. Yeah, it was really good. It was like hands-on. It really worked for my way of learning. I also got a great taster with like the employer I was working with as well, while I was doing my structured workplace learning. So yeah, I picked up a lot of stuff. It was good.
Yeah. So, through your high school years, why construction? Why did you choose to do a VCAL course?
Yeah. Well, I've got family who are in the trades, and so I'd spoken to a few people, and yeah, I was like really, I don't know, I just really enjoyed talking to them, and they took me along a couple of days, so I got a bit of a feel for what to do. Did a bit of like concreting, which I really liked.
Yeah.
And I'd really like to get to be like quite physical, so I'd like do a bit of digging, that kind of stuff, and also like bit of measuring, that kind of stuff, so just to be able to make sure that things were like measured properly and that kind of thing. So I really enjoyed it, and that's what got me thinking, okay, well how could I maybe get this into my learning at school? So I talked to my teachers, my careers teacher, and yeah, that got me some thinking about some different pathways.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Very good. And Pippa, what are your hobbies? What are your interests outside of school and everything?
Yeah, well, I play a bit of netball,
Yeah.
so I love my sport, and I love my team sport and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
teamwork.
So it's a bit of teamwork that really works well for me. Yeah, I really like it. I love it, and it keeps me fit because I like being active.
Yeah.
That's also why I'm interested in doing this traineeship, because I think got to be quite fit, and that suits me, being physical. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to have a hobby outside of work, but in
Definitely.
turn, you've got to enjoy what you do throughout the workday as well.
That's it. Yeah.
You've reviewed your resume.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell us something that's not on there. Tell us something
Um,
about yourself that's not on that resume.
I like to bring out the best in people. I like people to feel good. So that's something that I probably haven't got on my resume. But I really, like that teamwork side of things, making sure that everybody's, okay, really.
Yep.
Mhm.
And working together.
Working together, yeah.
How would you do that? Give me an example of how you'd actually bring your team together.
Yeah, so I think I'd probably, if somebody was like having some issues or was a bit down, I might just have a chat with them and ask them if they were okay,
Yeah.
and see if they wanted to talk about anything, and just be able to listen to them, because sometimes people just want to have a bit of a chat, don't they? And so yeah, that's something I do a bit,
Yeah.
especially in my at school, when I was at school with my friends, and also like I'm still playing netball, so I do that a bit with netball too, make sure that we're all
Yeah.
all good.
That
Good.
sounds good.
And have your experiences prepared you for this role? I know you briefly mentioned before, but anything through FECAL or anything that's, helped you prepare for this?
Yeah, well, the VCAL program at school, like the learning side of it was really good. So I kept up with all of that, and again, I did talk to my teachers if I was like struggling with any part of it. I did have a problem with one module, but I had a chat and worked it all out, and so that side of things was really good at school. And I also had a bit of I was also linked in with the Gordon for some of the other learning as part of the pre-apprenticeship, so that went well too. So I felt like I was quite well supported, really.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
yeah.
Great.
So I've got a question on here that I don't like really asking because of the terminology, and then it says what's your greatest weakness. But I sort of frame it up in another manner to say, currently what would you perceive as something that you need to work on?
Oh, yeah. Well, like from school, I suppose for me it was the math side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be a bit more. I think that's something I could focus on. But I'm confident that if I got a bit more support and a bit more practice with that, then if that's something that I could hopefully improve.
Yep.
But I'm just that's something I've never found maths to be that great for me.
It's interesting
Yeah.
as well when you say that, because I was similar when I was at school. I wasn't
Oh, really?
great at maths, but then when you get into the construction industry, you understand that majority of it's maths.
Yeah.
Whether you're doing the
Right.
financial side of things, or you're actually doing what you said before,
Yep.
measuring and the like. So
Yeah.
how do you think you're going to further develop that rather than just hands-on experience with us? Like, how would you proactively approach more learning?
Yeah, well, I think my traineeship, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I think I'm going to be linked into a TAFE.
Yeah.
That's
Or, and I'm hoping that learning side of things at the TAFE will help me really develop those skills where I feel like I'm lacking a bit, and I'm hoping that there'll be some teachers there who are able to, if I've got issues that I can chat to them about, and hopefully work on that side of things, so that when I come into work with you guys, I'm improving.
Yeah. And what sort of tools do you have available for you to help you with maths?
That's a good question.
The reason I ask is because I got it in my pocket. That's probably one of the best tools that you can have in relation to maths and the likes. And
Didn't think of that.
not everyone needs to do it this way.
Yep.
They've actually got those devices and those sort of
Yeah.
systems and tools that help can assist in
Yep.
some sort of equations or something like that you might come up across.
Yep.
It's a really tool on that, and
Yep.
that I suppose has evolutionised, I suppose, the construction industry and where it is today and where it was when I first started.
Right.
A lot of things are now online. A lot of things are with digital
Yeah.
devices and the like. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially coming out of high school, like I'm assuming
See, I
having
use
your
my
hand
phone
a
all
lot.
the time.
So,
I'm on it all the time.
Yep.
So great. Thank you.
No, all good.
A more positive question. What is your greatest strength?
Right. Well, I like to see things through. I
Yeah.
really like to see things through. like if I start something, I want to finish it. So I will do whatever it takes to get to the end
Yeah.
and to make sure that I'm,
That's
make
a
sure
good
it's
quality.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
What's something that you've started and you've actually completed?
That I have completed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm really proud that I finished school. To be
Yep.
honest. Yeah. I didn't think I'd be able to do that. So
Yeah.
I got through. Didn't think I was going to make it through year 12, but I did. So yeah, that's great. And also I made it up into another team at netball, another sort of level. So I'm doing some new competition stuff, and I'm really committed to that. So yeah.
It's a huge accomplishment,
Yeah.
finishing high school and nice.
Yeah.
Not everyone, I suppose, in the construction industry does finish high school, but
Yeah.
you know, it's awesome that you've actually done that. So.
I thought my phone might. Sorry, I was going to check my phone. I thought someone might be trying to contact me. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay.
All good?
Yeah.
Next page. So we're interviewing a lot of candidates for this role. What makes you the best candidate?
Well, I'm full of energy. I'm raring to go. I'm just so keen to keep my skills going, and to build on what I've learned, and to get into work. And I think the idea of a traineeship where I'm earning, but I'm also learning at the same time. As I don't feel like I've finished my learning. I want to learn more and be able to incorporate it into a job. So, lots of energy. Committed to seeing the traineeship through, and very excited.
That's good. And what do you think you would accomplish if you were hired? I guess both, career-wise and personally.
Yeah, well, I think I would hopefully be able to accomplish the traineeship and get through that and get through to the end. Hopefully get some new skills, and work with people, and maybe accomplish new strengths in working in teams.
Yeah.
Different people I haven't worked with before, and also not so different from school, doing the working day and stuff like that, and getting to work on time. And all of those kind of things that I have different, maybe early starts that I'm not used to. So I'm just getting used to those new routines.
Yeah. I think we do have a question somewhere in there about if you're a morning person.
We do. I was actually going to say, early starts and all that. The industry does start very early in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I ask how?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
how
So
early?
on site, 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
People are working. But that being said, if you wanted to pre-plan and the likes, you'd be getting up prior to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
A lot of people get to site 15 minutes early.
Right.
So that'd be 6:45. And then
Right.
obviously you've got that travel distance as well, because
Yeah.
the construction industry is where the work is,
Yeah.
not usually where home is. So there would
Okay.
usually be some element of travel as well. So
Right.
do you have any
Okay.
issues with that?
Yeah, no,
proposal?
I'm getting I've got my learners, and I'm hoping to get my Ps sometime next year. COVID's really made things tricky, but I'm hoping to have, and I'll hopefully have my own transport as well. So, and I've got family, and I can possibly get them to, help me out. So yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, okay.
No
I hope.
worries. Yeah, no worries. We've pretty much answered that question. But why do you want this job if there was one thing that you could choose?
Okay, so well, I really want to build my skills in the whole area of civil construction, because I know it's really massive. Right now, I don't think I know enough about it, all the different areas. I was wondering about the idea of projects, project management, and those other sort of areas. I don't know much about them, but I'm really keen to like learn as much as I can about the company. So yeah.
I'm sure James can elaborate a bit more on
I think like
Yeah.
it's a journey. Like a
Okay.
traineeship is probably an entry point into the industry,
Yep.
and then to get to, like you've said before, like a project management role or something like that, it's a journey.
Okay.
It, you know, it takes people different times to
Okay.
establish those goals, but
Yep.
I suppose when you get into the industry, you get an insight of what it's about,
Yeah.
and then even that you might actually deviate away from what you think
Yeah.
you might want to do in the future,
Okay.
which is okay as well. I remember when
Yeah.
I did it as well, I thought that I want to do a certain role, and
Yep.
until I actually got exposed to what project managers do and
Yep.
what other people in their profession do, and I actually went down another path. So
Right.
I think you'll get a broad overview and an insight across everything,
Yep.
being a traineeship in a business.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fantastic, yeah. Because I did get the impression from your website that there must be more than like the digging and the sort of the stuff that I've done and the stuff that I'd be doing. But to get to learn about
They're also important though, you know, whether you say people who excavate or dig holes and the likes, like if we don't have
Yeah.
those particular trade elements across our projects, we actually can't build our projects. So
good point.
our business, I suppose, is more about construction management, but
Yep.
that being said, there's all sorts of trade disciplines that we need within our industry to make sure we deliver our projects for our clients.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, that's really helpful because I'm looking forward to like building up from where I've left off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to further on what we just spoke about, like aspiration-wise, if you did get into a traineeship, currently today, like what do you aspire to be in the future?
Well, I'd love to develop within Plan Group because I think it's just a fantastic organisation to be a part of. I'd like to learn about do the traineeship, and while I'm doing the traineeship, obviously learn a bit about what other parts of your organisation do. I was thinking about maybe building up to management level at some point.
Yep.
So I do have like aspirations. I just want to hopefully see how I go and get the support to get up there. Do you have like a structured program of sort of professional development within your?
I suppose all employees have an opportunity to have a review annually
Yep.
with their managers.
Okay.
That being said, there are different career plans that we do for different people, but we need to understand where their goals need to be. And I like that you said you don't know what it is, but it's somewhere because you need something to aim towards. And if you
Yeah.
don't have that to aim towards, you'll always be doing
Yep.
what you're doing. So
Yeah.
definitely in our business, we have the tools, I suppose, for employees to get them to where they want to need them, where they would like to go.
Yep.
But we'll see where that goes in the future.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm always. I just want to learn and grow and build my skill set within a great organisation like yours. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I know Plan Group definitely follows through with what they say. Like I know James has had a couple of reviews with employees, and they've mentioned they want to, progress into something. And James and I always do the research to help them get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And people, what motivates you in life? What's your biggest motivation?
Well, I suppose just like connections, feeling like
Yeah.
just like social. My social connections are really important. Doing my sport's really important.
Mhm.
Like my family,
Yeah.
So just
No, that's
I just really I feel very excited about like finishing school and just moving on and doing something that's going to move me forward in my career.
Throughout your journey through high school, you've said you played netball and the likes as well. Like, can you elaborate on a little bit of a failure that you've had over your journey to date and how you've overcome that?
Yeah. So probably it would be school, and I had there was a sub that I think it was probably maths, and I just really mucked up, and I also had some sort of mental health issues as well, so I had to take some time out from school just to get myself sorted out and a bit and everything. I found that was a hard time, but then I came back and I did a gradual like transition back into school. So I came back sort of like part-time and then got back into it again. So I lost some time, but I was all the stronger for it. And I got loads of help from my teachers. And I carried on, like succeeded. I got that subject done, and I was well proud of myself. But at the time, that was a real hard time, and I felt like I was really bodging up.
Yeah.
You should be proud of that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
So how do you transition into a new environment? So are you good with change? Can you deal with change well?
Yeah, I reckon I'm not too bad with it.
Yeah.
I reckon, and also like coronavirus is really like, that's made things so I think like not just me, but everybody's had to like really be flexible around it and do things differently. So I've had to do all my I had a lot of time online at school and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a huge.
I found that real hard. So I reckon if I've done that, I can
adapt to anything.
I can adapt to anything. Yeah.
No, that's great.
So we spoke about failure and stuff before. Stress and pressure. In this industry, it does. It comes with long hours.
Okay.
Not to make it sound like it's all very doom and gloom and really hard, but it does. It comes with some long hours. You'll have people that will be working alongside you who've been doing it for 30 years. How do you think as a person you handle stress and pressure?
Yeah, well, that experience I had at school when I just had a bit of a meltdown really, that helped me a lot with how to deal with stress and set me up with some great tools that I use right now. Although I don't know if I reckon I can handle stress much better now. Also, like I've learned how to I'll talk to my friends. I know a bit more about where to go, what to do if I'm feeling really stressed. And I would, I've got my netball, which I really enjoy. So I've got things. I've got a dog, and I love walking my dog. So that's when I'm feeling like so that's really good. So I definitely do feel stressed, and I will feel stressed. But I'm kind of working on what to do when I do feel stressed to manage it better for myself.
To have the tools there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And how do you feel you are a good leader? Do you think that you could be a good leader, or you are?
I reckon with my netball, I really, I do take a little bit of a leadership role there, and I reckon I like it. I really enjoy it, especially when I'm helping out somebody who's not maybe having a trouble with something. I really like getting the best out of a team. So I reckon I would be interested in developing that a bit more.
That's a very good example.
Again, I don't really know because I'm still But
you're not in it yet.
Not in it yet, but definitely would be really keen to find out more about how that about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Teamwork and all that sort of stuff. Like netball, have you had some success with netball as a team?
Yeah, we won the last year's round. And we're with this new team I've got. We're gunning it. Loads of success.
What's the culture like?
Yeah, good. Really friendly. Not too intense, because I don't really like it when it's really serious. So no, it's really good fun, and we have we're friends outside of it. We do stuff socially outside of it. So love it. Yeah.
Oh, you find that as well when you come into the workplace. You actually do that with your work peers as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We sort of find ourselves every now and then out for lunch together and all that sort of stuff because. The same, you've got to have a good culture to have a winning netball team. You've got to have a good culture to have a good business as well. So you'll find that as well. As long as you're a good team player, I think you've said enough today in relation to team environment and how you work in a team. So it's good.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Here's that question about being a morning person, but I guess you don't know until you have to be up at 6 a.m. So I might leave that one out. But how would you describe the pace at which you work? I guess if you could give an example at school, if you're on time, with your assignments and things like that.
Yeah, I try and organise myself so that I'm not doing everything at the last minute. Like I used to do that a bit because that was just, but now I find that if I give myself like a bit of a timetable and a bit of organise myself a bit like that, then it's going well. So I don't work like really fast, but equally I don't like work really. I'd like to think I'm somewhere in the middle. If I go a bit slow, then it's because I just want to get it right. So sometimes I can take a bit longer to do things. But
it's good that you want to be thorough.
Yes.
It's a healthy balance. Like if you work really fast, you might make a lot of mistakes. In turn, it'll actually take you longer to complete the task because you've got to go back and do it again.
Good point.
In relation to you don't like to work really fast. What would your aptitude be in relation to if something's still needs to be done and it's knock-off time? What do we do?
I think I probably need to let you know that I'm taking let somebody know, like my team leader or my manager know that I was taking a bit longer, and that what do I do? What's the best thing to do here? Definitely let that person know. I wouldn't want to leave if it's not safe. Like safety, I think would be something as well to think about. So I definitely want to just work out what to do with somebody's help from the organisation.
I said before in relation to construction, civil construction, I love it to be in the backyard so we can all work at home, but sometimes opportunities don't arise where they're actually at home. So travel, but then further to travel, like relocation. So that's something you've considered in relation to living outside of Ballarat?
So in the time since I've left school, I have been looking around, and some of my mates have moved. So they've kind of they've been telling me that they're relocated and they're having a great time and loving it and all this kind of stuff. And they even get I think Centrelink gives some benefits for rent allowance and stuff like that. And so I'm just going, actually maybe it's an option. So I've started doing a bit of stuff around it, and I'd be open to it. I'd be open to it.
That's good. Now, have you completed any extra education? I know you mentioned, VCAL and your certificate and everything, but have you done any other courses whatsoever?
Well, I've got some tickets. So I got my white card.
Okay.
I've got a first aid. I've got something else. White card, first aid. I think that's it.
That's really helpful.
But I'd be open to getting anything else that was required for the traineeship.
Systems experience and the like. So you've just come from high school. What sort of systems are you well versed to? Do you know how to use Outlook really well? Are you quite good at Excel? Do you know how to do Microsoft Word?
I'm very good with TikTok. Word. All my assignments were all that kind of stuff. Words, EduMail. That's me.
Okay.
I'd like to think I'm quite good with that.
Good with IT.
Good with IT, for sure.
Working hours, expectations and the like. So we sort of said before, 7 o'clock would be a start time, and then usually they knock off around 4:30 during the afternoon. That's okay with you? It sort of fits in with your lifestyle, and you said before about netball.
Yeah, it does. 7 o'clock's fine. I've got a little younger sister at home actually, and so I do a lot of sorting out in the mornings. Some of these skills I can bring across to a job, and that's something that you'll see as I can contribute to.
And I know it's hard to predict the future, but do you see this as a long-term thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Something to see yourself in for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'd like to make a real career out of it.
Yeah.
I think it sounds to me like, from what you were saying, there are so many different areas, and that, like you were saying, that you're in administration.
Yeah.
So,
correct.
like, just to get learning and explore.
Yeah. Great.
So that's it for our questions.
Okay.
Have you got any questions for us?
What's the process from here?
And the next steps?
Yeah.
Yep, so the next steps is, well, I suppose once we finish this interview, myself and Cassie debrief and we write a summary of what our thoughts are, and then we evaluate, I suppose, that criteria against all the other people that we're interviewing for the position as well. And should an opportunity arise to come back and have a second interview, you'll have a phone call from either myself or Cassie.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. That helps me sort of work out my
Yep.
own planning in my head. Also, like you've actually mentioned it, but I just so opportunities for growth within within Plan Group.
You want to answer it? I'm not being an answer.
You go for it.
Okay. There are, but it's always up to the individual.
Oh,
A lot of people might say, can you
Yeah.
promise me this in 5 years? And I always say back to them, it's up to you.
Okay.
It's up to you where you want
Yep.
to take it and how much you actually want to apply yourself.
Okay.
I think the more that you invest in yourself, if you do get an opportunity to come on as a trainee, the more you invest in yourself in the role, the quicker and the faster you'll actually accelerate through your employment.
Great.
So there'll be plenty of opportunities available, but it will always be up to the individual of how far they take it.
Okay, great. Thank
Mm.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Anything else?
That was it. Those are my questions.
Okay.
No worries at all.
Well, thank you, Pippa. It's
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you.
Lovely to meet
Cheers.
you.
Thank you very much.
We'll be in
Thanks.
touch very soon.
Cheers.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.